Ordis has been counting stars, operator. All accounted for.
Trayvon. I watched you hurl your railjack into Pragas's Maw. Distracted, feeding greedily on you and your men, she never noticed my own ship speeding away. You laid down your life for your superior officer. I felt your selflessness like a slap in the face. Mariner, you gave me your body. Together in that trench, we drank Kuva. My hand shook and my gashed throat leaked, but I kept enough drops down for it to take. I remember your last salute, the fading. Then I blinked open the eyes that had been yours and saw my gutted corpse dead in the mud. Rustic. Something wrong in the cloning process, they said? What else could make a Grineer stay at his turret while burning alive? Even a rat understands self-preservation. No, your defect placed you above them. At first, the warframe seemed more of an artistic statement than a legitimate weapon. The war was all but lost. The sentients were unvanquishable. Let us, then, create these strange and surreal warriors and arm them with weapons of ancient pedigree. At least our defeat shall be beautiful, memorable. But against all expectations they prevail. Soon, stories of outrageously improbable heroism filtered back from the front. Warframes had appeared from the sky, angel-like, liberating captives and devastating sentient strongholds. Even alone, they were miracles. In groups, they were gods. Little wonder, then, that they were seen as mere propaganda. Peace? Her voice was broken glass grinding in my ears. Executor Nitok was displeased. She had expected a glorious escalation, battle after battle, ending in the climactic ecstasy of the Orokin's demise, after which she would emerge from hiding and... well, there I am left to speculate. Perhaps she expected to be invited into the sentient's confidence. Or perhaps she thought they would abandon the scorched, polluted remains of the Origin system and leave her to raise a new kingdom of her own? Regardless, peace would not be tolerated. So we set to work to undermine it. Among the 7 executors, Ballas had styled himself first among equals. Ever the diplomat, ever the honey-voiced persuader, he resolved the grudges and disputes of the others. I found to my utter glee that he was now the rose caught between 2 thickets of thorns. The warmonger faction headed by Nitok pulled one way, the pacifist under Skarn pulled another. Ballas was obliged to decide and earn the scathing enmity of whichever Kade he did not side with. For reasons I cannot guess, he chose peace. It was 4-3, so the ravening sentients were suddenly allies and friends. One way or another, he shall come round, Nitok promised, even as I was dispatched to seek out malcontents among the garrisoned Dax. I understood from the start, both on the battlefield and in the bedchamber, the path to victory through seeming submission. Where the enemy finds you yielding, there you can be sure he will push, and so you may easily trip him. Lackey, they called me. Lapdog. Nitok thought herself in control. How subtly I guided her. Roth, the bloody-handed. Roth, the ogre fattened on the bodies of his men. Spendthrift of lives. As if I battled only for the battle's sake. No. The Orokin Empire must end. For that to happen, the war must continue. Only defeat absolute and irrevocable, would topple those 7 golden gargoyles. Not even Nitok knew my true heart. She thought I aspired to rule alongside her. Coward. That is what they called me, isn't it? I've read the history books scattered about this dusty hall. A lie. They did not know the truth. That I was ripped away from my time before I could complete my work. Coward. I remember now. He approached me in the golden halls. He wore a face I did not know. But that is not so very unusual for our kind. I knew his voice. I knew the way he moved. Coward. He asked me a single question. Did I truly believe that I could ever be forgiven for burning it all to ash? Coward! In that pale, outstretched hand, a syringe, glittering with freedom, with another chance, with another life. I took it. Coward!